Hi guys, I'm Joe the ISBoxer, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about streaming to Twitch with ISBoxer. So I've already shown you the basic settings, and so you've already seen this in the other video. But now we're going to use the scene editor and set up some custom widgets on a scene. Now let me show you what I've got. I've got an overlay image. Where is it? Here we go. So my desktop capture is going to not fill the entire screen because it's 1680 by 1050 and the whole thing is 1920 by 1072. So the 1680 by 1050 desktop is going to go in this white area, and this is going to be overlaid on top of the desktop capture. So this will be off to the side. The icon will be down here off to the side in the corner, and this is where my webcam will go. Now with this video, since I've already got the webcam up, the webcam's not going to actually show in the right spot when I get to actually streaming. But normally, if you don't already have the webcam showing, it's not already in use, then the webcam will work correctly and it'll be placed exactly where we set it up. So let's go ahead and set this up. First of all, there's nothing here in the Twitch assets, so we're going to have to set up our scene. Let's give the scene a name. I'll just name it Demo, and stream output resolution. That will match exactly the stream resolution from the ISXTwitch settings there. 1920 by 1072. And let's get to adding widgets. So first of all, set up the desktop capture widget. Add widget. Now here you get to tell it exactly where you want that to go, and then in order to fit in my little box there, it's got to be at 120/11. That's basically half of the margins on a screen this size. So after you add a desktop capture, add cursor widget on top of that. They're going to render from top to bottom here, so the desktop is going to be way in the back. This will be laid on top of that, and next is going to be the image that I showed you. So when you set up an image widget, you get to pick the image file. Click this button here. I've got it already pointed, and now we tell it where to go and what the size is. That's going to be the full stream size, 1920 by 1072. Click OK, and here it is. And then next I'm going to do the webcam. Add widget. Webcam 1. It automatically names every single widget. You don't have to change that. It's okay to leave it exactly how it sets up. Size is going to be the same as the webcam resolution. It defaults to 320 by 240. But make sure you pick one that the webcam supports natively. Webcam name. This needs to exactly match what you see in the drop-down box in the game, and it'll also be in your device manager and other places where you see the name of the webcam you have installed. So I'm going to type mine in here, and that's the correct name for my webcam. Just go ahead and click OK. I'm not placing this. I'll show you the visual editor where you can drag and drop and move that to where you want it. I'll go ahead and do that now. Click the visual button, and this shows you the widgets you've got. Oh, my desktop widget is not the right size. That needs to be 1680 by 1050. So there's the desktop in the middle. You can see how it's going to be have the margins on the side, like in my picture. The webcam goes all the way in this corner, and we're good to go there. Now, the remaining two types of widgets are marquee and animation. And when you set up these, you're going to have to add some assets. You're going to need a font if you're setting up a marquee. Unless you're doing an image marquee, then you don't need a font. And animations, if you're adding an animation widget, you're going to have to add an animation. I'll go ahead and do that first. Add animation. This one's going to be called ISBoxer Stream Overlay. Mariah made a pretty sweet animation for me, so picking a name, animation XML file, and I've already actually made it, but I'll just reuse the same name. It's called ISBoxer Overlay.animation.xml. Yes, replace it. So now I need to add images. Click the Add Images button. Go into my Images folder. This is a pretty long animation, 899 frames long, and it's a high quality animation. Now that's a problem if you don't have enough video RAM, because each one of these frames is going to be loaded into the video memory. So keep that in mind as you have massive animations with huge image files, but it will render with full transparency, and it'll be absolutely beautiful. Now, if you don't want it to run at 30 frames per second, change that number here before clicking OK. But I'm going to run it at 30 and done adding the animation asset. And now here it is in that list. Once it's in this list, it'll be available for me to pick. Whoops, not a webcam widget. When I'm setting up an animation widget. So here we go. Size. This is a 700 by 500 animation, and it's going to go at 0 by 572. So this is going to basically be on the left side and down at the bottom. So it's going to be a pretty cool image at the bottom left of the screen there. ISBoxer stream overlay. Now if you want it to loop, set this up here. So I'll set it to just 30 milliseconds for right now. It'll just keep going. It'll appear to not stop. So click OK. Now I've got that widget. And lastly, I'll set up a font and do a marquee. Now when you set up a new font, you just drop down here in the face drop-down box, find the one that you want to set up. I'll use Tahoma. Use 24 pixel height. Now the UTF-16 character set file, if you are probably not American and you have lots of different characters, like Chinese characters, German characters, you got the funny symbols above, whatever language you use, if you need to use those characters in your marquee, you will need to set up a text file, save it as UTF-16 format, and type every single letter or character you would need to use in your marquee widget in that text file. And then you would click this button here to select that text file and use it to generate the font. Now if you don't use that, it's just going to use the ASCII character set. For my case, that's going to be fine, so I do not need to set up the UTF-16 character set file. So I'll just click OK, and it's going to generate a font using Tahoma. So here it is in my list here. And I'll set up a marquee, add a widget. Now this is going to scroll text across the screen exactly where I set it up. It's going to go at, I'll put it at 120, so it won't cover up the margin on the left side. It'll be indented there. Size, I will have it the same size as the desktop and 64 in height. Now this does not need to match the actual height of the font you're using. The height down here does not need to match. So it's going to scale the 24-point font up to 48 height, and it's going to put it in the center of the 64 pixels because that's larger than the height here. So there's three types of marquees. You can set up a basic text marquee. This is where you just type in this box here. Text from file, you pick a file here and select a timer. Every such and such amount of time, it's going to read that file and use that text as the marquee text. So you might use that to show everybody what song you're listening to, if you have a program that writes that to a file, things like that. And image marquee, you can select a file for that, and maybe you have a pre-rendered image that's really wide and kind of short, you know, like the marquee. You can use that as the pre-rendered marquee instead of having to use a font and set it up that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and type something in here for the marquee to show you. This is a custom marquee widget from ISXTwitch. It's even longer than I planned. Sure. Okay, and down here the remaining two options are pixels per second. This is how fast it's going to scroll across the screen. And trailing pixels, when you're using a text marquee, it's going to add some extra spacing after the end of the text so that it's not just buttoned right up against each other when it wraps around. So yeah, it'll be about a 2-second extra time added on there because it's 50 pixels a second, and so that's good to go. Click OK. And now just one more time we'll look at the visual. So you can see the marquee is going to be up here. It'll be on top of the webcam. That's okay. Webcam 2 should not be there. That's actually a bug. No, it's not a bug. It's right here. Alright, so remove that. I thought I clicked cancel, so I'll have to check on something there. Okay, so that's it. Next we have to save the scene. Demo.scene.xml. Again, I already have a file, so I'll just replace it. So we've got our widgets. The visual looks right. The image is going to be on top of the desktop. There's the animation down in the corner, webcam on the top right, and marquee is going to scroll across the top, but not butting onto the margins. So close that. Once you're done with that, make sure you save your scene. Already did that. And because we added or removed fonts or animations, we need to export the asset list to Interspace. That also actually includes the scenes, so they'll show up in the drop-down boxes in the game, so you can pick them there. Now, real quickly before I go into the game, I'll show you in action. Let's see here. Under non-combat, I've already got it here, but you can use a Twitch action and send that to the slot that's going to be recording. And you can use this to change the scene. You can use it to start, stop, pause, unpause, mute the microphone, change volumes, run a commercial, and so on. You can use this to toggle the scenes from one to the other. So I've got this two-step mapped key already made, where first it's going to set the scene to demo, and then the next time I press the hotkey, it will go to the default scene. And it'll also pop up some text to say which scene it's using. So I've already done that, and good to go. So now I can export to Interspace, and I'm going to launch my team and be right back. Alright, we're back. So I've got my team up. I already logged into the Twitch interface, and so here we are. Under the scene drop-down box, select the scene we want to start with. I'll start with demo. That's the one we just built. There's also default here in the list. So that's pretty much it. We just start streaming and give us something to watch as the stream starts here. Alright, let's go see how it looks. Loading video. And there's the stream. Now, as I mentioned earlier, since I already have the webcam up here on the screen, it's not re-rendering the webcam. It can't access the webcam to put it on top of the overlay. And I explained that earlier in the video. But if we didn't already have the webcam showing in the upper right here, then that would work correctly, and it would be placed right on top of that Lax's face here box. So as you can see, the animation is running. It's going about 30 frames a second. We can see the things from the overlay image on the left and the bottom right. And so everything is looking pretty much as we designed it. Now we notice the marquee, right now it's in black, and that's just the default color, and we can go change that in the editor and see if it looks better in a different color. So I'll go do that. Here we go. If we go back into the marquee, click Edit, and right here is the color box where it's set to black. Go ahead and set that to yellow. That's red and green. Okay, once you make a change, you need to save the scene. Since we didn't add or remove a scene, font, or animation, we do not need to export the asset list to Interspace. Just need to save the scene. Now back in here, let's stop the stream, and we need to reload the assets. Now before we start streaming again, we'll have to wait a second because the stream needs to stop on Twitch. And that's still going. Okay, now that's stopped. So let's go ahead and start streaming again. And while we wait for the stream to start again, let's run around a little bit. Okay, back to the browser and we'll see what it looks like. Loading video. And here we are. The marquee is now in yellow, so you know how to save and reload and manage your scene. So that's pretty much it. If you need help with this, feel free to come to the ISBoxer forums or the ISBoxer chat room and give us a question. And that's about it. Thanks, guys. Have fun streaming on Twitch with ISBoxer.